Hi guys, I'm Alyssa. This is Sean. Gus is in our hearts, and this is in our rabbit hole daily. And welcome back to our full movie reaction to Char Sahibzadeh.
Hope you
This
enjoy.
is episode 3. Hope you enjoy. Oh, here, this is where we got to with the snake.
Oh, now we got to pause this one.
Okay. The scene depicts Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji working in a storehouse in the city of Sultanpur Lodhi, where people would come to purchase goods. Often while working, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji would become absorbed in prayer and meditation. Once, Guruji started counting the provisions, 1, 2, 3, 4, in Punjabi for a customer. But when he reached the number 13, he kept repeating 13. This is because in Punjabi, the word for 13, tera, sounds like the same as yours. By repeating the number 13, Guruji was saying, everything is yours. And Guruji kept giving more and more to the people, knowing that God was present inside each and every person. Much to the people's excitement, not only did they receive more than they were supposed to, but when they asked Guruji how much money he would charge them for the goods, Guruji replied, everything is yours, you don't have to give any money. Eventually, someone complained to the store owner, who was not present at the time, worrying that the was he just giving away what the store owner
Wait
owned?
till you read this next part, because I've actually heard this story before.
Okay, worrying that the inventory would be depleted, the owner went to Guruji and asked him whether he had been giving away lots of food. Guruji replied that he was only giving away what was rightfully theirs. God has given us all of this food to share. The owner then asked whether Guruji had given away all the food for free. Guruji replied that all of his food comes from God, and if you don't believe me, then have a look at the inventory. I had a feeling it's like, it was still going to be like replenished. To the owner's amazement, not only was the storehouse not depleted, but it was overflowing with inventory. The Creator had saved the honor of his servant. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, glowing with the light of God, explained that we should never worry because God is the provider for all. Yeah. Good message.
Your home has become a place of dharam, righteous justice, good actions. So it says here, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji is shown singing hymns, and a group of villagers have gathered to listen to hear his sweet words. He's accompanied by his lifelong companion, Bhai Mardana, on the right, who is playing the rebab, a string instrument. Now, as I understand, he's a Muslim. Now, Bhai Mardana's mother had initially named him Marjana, one who is about to die, out of despair because her first 6 children had tragically died at birth.
Dear.
However, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji reassured Mardana's family and renamed Marjana to Mardana, one who does not die. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Bhai Mardana formed a strong friendship, and Guruji invited Bhai Mardana to accompany him on his 5 long journeys.
Wow. And even though they had different beliefs, different faiths and everything.
Yeah, he became his
very peaceful.
Yeah, his companion.
Once Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Bhai Mardana reached Bhai Lalo's workshop, who was a carpenter. Upon seeing the 2 holy men, Bhai Lalo sat aside his work and prepared lunch for them. He requested them to come into the kitchen, which was regarded as the cleanest place in a house, but Guruji replied that every place is clean and pure for us. Please bring the meal here. Bhai Mardana then divided the meal equally, and they ate it together. Upon tasting the meal, Bhai Mardana remarked that the meal tastes like nectar and questioned what had been put in it. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji replied by explaining that honesty is the sweet flavor that you have tasted. On a separate occasion, a high-ranking government official named Malik Bhago invited Guruji to a grand feast. Originally, Guruji denied the invitation, stating that we are fakirs and what we have we do. Wait,
And
what we have?
What have we to do with your feast?
What have we to do with your feast? Upon being asked again, Guruji visited Malik Bhago, who with anger asked, why do you refuse to eat the delicious food I have offered you and instead choose to eat in the house of a low-caste carpenter? Whoa. That's rude. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji then took Bhai Lalo's dry chapati, flatbread, in his right hand and Malik Bhago's fried sweet pancake in his left hand. When he squeezed his right hand, the people present there present there witnessed milk dripping from Bilalo's dry chapati. When Guruji squeezed his left hand, they witnessed blood dripping from Malik Bhago's fried sweet pancake. Blood? Guruji then explained to Malik Bhago that you have invited me to partake in a feast of blood while leaving food as pure as milk behind. How could I accept it? Through this event, Guruji taught the lesson that it is better to earn little money honestly than to gather a huge amount of wealth through devious means. It wasn't meat. It was like a pancake, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But symbolically, it was like dripping with blood.
Well, let's see. We've got a flatbread and a sweet pancake. And one of them is dripping blood. One of them's dripping milk. And obviously there's a great lesson to be told or to be gleaned from this. So I had heard of this story before.
See, so that it just switched again.
Oh, I know this story too. See that this is the negative thing. I guess not negative, but this is the downside of having listened to the podcast. I don't know it. It's a good story, so let's check it out.
Okay, when Guru Devji reached Hardwar, which is a place of Hindu pilgrimage along the banks of the river Ganges. How do you pronounce that? River Gang?
Ganges River.
Oh, he observed many people bathing in the water and throwing handfuls of water towards the sun in the east. Guruji knew about this meaningless ritual and how people believed that by performing the ritual, an individual could offer water to his or her ancestors in the next world. Guruji used this as an opportunity to give guidance to the people. Guruji entered into the water and began to throw handfuls of water in the opposite direction, which instantly pointed towards his farmland. The people nearby assumed that he was a naive visitor and tried to correct him by instructing him to throw the water towards the east. Guruji continued to throw handfuls of water towards the west until a large gathering of people had surrounded him. They mocked his actions and thought it was amusing that the water would never reach his ancestors, as they believed one's ancestors lived in the next world that lie beyond the east. Eventually, the leader of the pilgrims approached Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji and asked why he was throwing water in the wrong direction. Guruji calmly replied that he was watering his withering crops in Punjab where it hadn't rained. The pilgrims became even more amused at the idea that his water would reach Punjab and asked Guruji how would his water reach all the way to Punjab. Guruji replied, the very same way yours reaches your ancestors in the other world many millions of miles away. Reality check. Guruji then stopped throwing water and questioned the people. If the water cannot reach Punjab, how will it reach your ancestors? The people became silent, and the leader of the pilgrims could not answer this question. They all realized the uselessness of their ritual. Guruji then advised the pilgrims to not miss the opportunity of loving, respecting, and serving their family members now while they are alive. Good point. Since they cannot serve them after they have passed away.
What a great story. And the guru would have to do this in a way that is respectful of the ceremonies and is a way that's respectful of the people, that's sort of, informing them about the way he sees the world, but doing it in a way that doesn't sort of insult them, because that could be kind of insulting to come up to someone and say, "Hey, your ritual is rubbish. It's really not doing anything."
Yeah.
But he found a way to do it that sort of that was kind.
He didn't just say it; he showed them by example.
I'm very curious what those 9 divisions are, guys. Help us out with that. Oh, here we go.
In Hindu philosophy, Yuga refers to an age/era. There are 4 ages/eras: Satya, Kritya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dvapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is the present age. It is an age of degeneration as corruption and violence reign supreme. In Sikhi, the concept of Kali Yuga is used to refer to any time in which darkness enters one's mind, separation from God. Interesting.
Now, of course, we're noting that the guru does not move.
Yeah. But all the other characters do, like his sons and everything.
Yep. But out of respect for the guru, it's always a still image.
Because also they would have to have someone doing the guru's voice too, I think. Yeah, does the guru isn't there a voice actor for the guru in
I
this
don't think
movie?
so. I have a feeling that
They just don't have
it's
him
communicated in other ways.
By the
Like, for example,
narrator.
Yeah, by the narrator or
Right.
by a character saying, "Hey, the guru just said this to me,"
right,
or
yeah.
something of that nature.
Okay.
खुश कर ਦਿੱਤਾ ਨਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਲਾਲੂ
ਇਹ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਖੇੜਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿਹੜੇ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੱਸਦਾ ਵਸਦਾ ਰਹੇ
ਇਹ ਰੌਣਕਾਂ ਬਹੁਤੀ ਦੇਰ ਨਾ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਮੁਗਲ ਸਲਤਨਤ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਬਰਦਸਤੀ ਧਰਮ ਬਦਲਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ
But I don't know, like personally, like I don't know, I'm just like, why is it offensive to have the guru? It's an animated film. Like, why would it be offensive? Like the sons are being animated and that, and like I'm just sort of like, we would never really know if the guru himself would be offended because
I'm
he's
not
passed.
sure.
Like, would he? You know, the way that these he seems to be with his teachings and his temperament and everything, it seems like I don't think he would be like offended and like, how dare you narrate or
But then
animate
again, he
me.
might be because he doesn't necessarily want to be glorified
pretty
or doesn't
easygoing.
want to be, perhaps
guess.
put on a pedestal.
But
in
isn't that
way.
glorifying by treating him differently, as in like, oh, we can't animate this one character because
I
he's
don't
like
know. Yeah,
better than everyone?
I'm not
I don't
quite
know,
sure
I
what
just-
the
yeah.
because I know that some
'cause I
faiths
have-
they don't even want you to draw their religious.
Well, that's where
figures, so.
to me that means like you are putting them on a pedestal. This is just my opinions, might offend some people.
Okay.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but to me, it's like to treat him completely differently. Like to be like, oh, we can't have a movie; it has to be this one thing. And like to me, that is putting him above everyone and on like
Now,
a special pedestal.
As I understand it, they did make a movie about, like a real life movie about the times of Guru Nanak. And as I
that'd
understand
be
it is Nanak, not even though it's spelled a bit different. Am I right, guys? Is it Guru Nanak Dev Ji? Am I getting that right? What was I saying? I can't remember.
They made a real life movie.
Yeah, where what they had to do was every time you saw the guru, it was just sort of like this blinding sort of yellow light that encompassed the person.
Yeah.
So I'll be really keen to see that. Now, I heard there was some controversy where some people said, you know what, that's not really the right thing to do, to show the guru even in that way. So I'm not so sure. You guys will have to let us know in the comments.
Interesting. And then like with Christianity, there's like full on, you know, Passion of the Christ movies and
Yeah.
plays and like everything. And it's like,
But I would say that's kind of unusual because a lot of religions do seem to resist maybe featuring their religious leaders in live action in that way. I don't know.
ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਦਸ਼ਮੇਸ਼ ਪਿਤਾ ਦਾ ਸਜਾਇਆ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਪੰਥ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਵਿਰੋਧ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀ ਇਸੇ ਲਈ
that was
Khalsa
the-
Path is to refer to the, oh man, I suck
Path
at
of
rewinding
Purity.
it.
That's okay. We've already read that particular annotation.
No, we didn't. I didn't think. The Khalsa Panth is used to refer to the Sikhs who've been initiated to the Amrit ceremony of the 10th. Okay.
ਉਸ ਦਾ ਵਿਰੋਧ ਕਰਦਾ
Oh, like Khalsa
ਇਸੇ
Panth
ਲਈ
is the full
ਹਰ
word?
ਧਰਮ ਤੇ ਹਰ ਜਾਤ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਗੁਰੂ
Instead
ਜੀ
of just
ਨਾਲ
Khalsa?
ਜੁੜਦੇ ਤੇ ਫਖਰ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੱਧਦੀ ਤਾਕਤ ਮੁਗਲਿਆ ਹਕੂਮਤ ਤੇ ਪਹਾੜੀ ਰਾਜਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨੀ ਦਾ ਸਬਬ ਬਣ ਗਈ ਸੂਬਾ ਸਰਹੰਦ ਵਜ਼ੀਰ ਖਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਦ ਰੁੱਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਸੀਨੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਕੀ ਕਰੇ
ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਕਈ ਲੜਾਈਆਂ ਹਾਰ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਾਂ 1 ਲੱਖ ਫੌਜ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਤੋਂ ਹੋਰ ਮੰਗਵਾ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਫਾਇਆ ਕਰੋ
ਇੰਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਕਿ ਸੱਪ ਵੀ ਮਰ ਜਾਏ ਤੇ ਲਾਠੀ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਟੁੱਟੇ ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੀ ਮੌਤ ਨਾਲ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਪੰਥ ਦੀ ਕਮਰ ਵੀ ਟੁੱਟ ਜਾਏਗੀ
ਮੈਂ ਸਮਝ ਗਿਆ ਹਜ਼ੂਰ ਪਰ ਉਸ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਲ ਟੱਕਰ ਕੌਣ ਲਵੇਗਾ
ਮੁਗਲਿਆ ਸਲਤਨਤ ਦਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਤਾਕਤਵਰ ਸੂਰਮਾ ਪੈਂਡੇ ਖਾਨ
I just can't. My little brain's just going. I just can't
All right.
get over it. Because I guess the other point I was going to make, like last time I was talking about, you know, the guru kind of being treated differently by, you know, all this accommodation of, oh, we can't animate him and this and that. And then I was just like, oh, well, would he be offended, or would he like, also I feel like treating someone differently, being like, oh no, we can't offend this person in this, like you wouldn't go up to anyone and be like, oh, I don't want to offend you by animating you, or that, like, the
Well, you don't
guru
want to
preaches equality though. Like he
Sure.
preaches equality. Like,
but you don't want
this
to
is why-
distort the image of the guru. And for example, if you allow people to make their
But
own
aren't we already
representations,
making a
they're
whole-
going to make representations where maybe the guru is saying things that the guru would have never said,
but
and
it
people are going to
doesn't
be
matter
confused
to
and get
me
the wrong idea.
because they're saying what he said anyways in the film. Like, to me, what's the difference between having a still image and then making him move anyways when it's going to be the same story?
Okay.
It's my opinion.
What do you guys
My-
think?
ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਆਪਣੀ ਫੌਜਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਉਂ ਮਰਵਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਚੱਲ ਤੂੰ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ
Oh, whoa.
ਦੋਨੋਂ ਲੜ ਕੇ ਜੰਗ ਦਾ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਕਰ ਲੈਨੇ ਆ
Wow.
ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਪੰਜਾਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਆਗਿਆ ਮੰਗੀ।
You want me to go? On April 14th, 1699, the day of Vaisakhi, harvest festival, which also marks the Sikh New Year, Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji invited all of his devotees to come to the city of Anandpur Sahib. At the height of these celebrations, Guru Ji stood on a platform and asked whether anyone in the congregation is willing to give their head. Now, we did see this story in another video. Many were
Wait,
confused.
was that the tent one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Many were
yeah.
confused and shocked at the guru's demand and chose to flee. But by one, 5 individuals came forward to sacrifice themselves for their guru. Each time Guruji would take them into the tent and come back with blood dripping from his sword. However, in actuality, Guruji was simply testing the faith, love, and bravery of his devotees. He knew that if they were willing to give their lives, they were willing to.
And I had an unpopular opinion on that video as well,
did.
I'm sure. Because, like, he tricked them too. He was like, I don't know. To me, I think it's kind of my personal, like, I have to be myself. I'm going to be reacting to this, like, I'm not devoted to any religion. I'm not Sikh. I'm not any other religion. I'm not Christian. I'm, you know, right now I'm religious-less, organized religious-less.
You're a heathen?
So I'm going to speak my mind and how I feel about this. It's sort of like, to me, I feel like it's somewhat what I believe to be, like, say, God or some sort of higher power or just the divine. To me, it's somewhat of a disgrace to just, like, to go into it, like, just for no reason, because for all they knew was literally they were just one by one going into a tent and being killed. There was no war going on. There was no literally you're sacrificing yourself for this good cause to save this. Like, literally all they knew, because he was depicting it as that. He wasn't saying this is symbolic. Everyone's gonna want to, like, literally had come out with a freaking dripping knife. So for all they knew, it was like they were just walking forward and letting someone kill them. And to me, that's sort of like, that's just like pure, I guess, just like blind obedience for, like, I feel like what's spiritual to me too is having, like, the self-respect too, to not, like, it's different if you were protecting your family from dying and you're jumping in front of a bullet or something.
Okay.
That's how I see it, in that the fact that, like, I'm not going to go in the friggin' tent. I can tell you that now. I'm not going to just be
You
like,
would have been one of the
I'll
first
die.
people running the other way. Well,
To
that's
me,
why
that would be
you
a
wouldn't have
pointless.
been one of the 5
that would be a
beloved
very
ones.
devastating to me, like, pointless type of death. It's just interesting because sometimes I pick up on almost like contradictions, like when he was talking about them throwing the water. Like, it's like, why would you throw the water when your ancestors, like, how that doesn't really
Makes
make
sense.
sense. Or
Yeah.
like, why are you going to put in all that effort for that or for nothing? And like, he's trying to have them be, like, devout to the cause.
yeah.
But at that time, there was no cause being spoken of or explained. So it was
Well,
just this
we don't know the
blind,
full
like,
context, but we do know that it was his way of determining who his most loyal compatriots were and his comrades.
That speaks of, like, hierarchy to me too, though. It's like, hey, I'm going to be the one to decide. I'm just going to kill. You guys need to be completely devoted to me, that you're willing to die just by what I say. Like, if you don't get in the tent, you're willing to die for what they thought. Obviously, it wasn't actually killing them. But to me, it's like, well, that's not like
Well,
equality.
they demonstrated that they were there to stand up for their beliefs. Some other people were running the opposite direction. They leaned in, and here they are now, part of the 5 beloved ones. So let's see here. All 5 individuals known as the original Panj PR were alive within the tent and became initiated into the Khalsa.
So what happened to the rest? How many were
only
there?
5 came forward, as I
How
understand
many
it.
were there total to begin with?
5. So they were given the following names that represents characteristics that they are required to create a righteous rule. Compassion, so Daya Singh, with Dharam Singh, righteousness, Himat Singh, bravery, Mokham Singh, determination, and Sahib Singh, which is rule/kingdom Singh. Guru Ji even blessed them with the authority to make collective decisions that could democratically overturn his own decisions. Now, that's very interestingly. If we're talking about equality, that's some real equality right there. So it sounds like they can turn the decision over if they all agree. The Khalsa was created by Guru Ji because there was no force in existence that could defend people from Emperor Aurangzeb's tyrannical rule. So Sikhs initiated into the Khalsa live a life of a saint soldier, an individual who has realized that God is in everyone and is always ready to protect the rights of others. The Khalsa seeks to rid the world of tyranny and injustice by fighting for everyone's food and freedom. This is also why Sikhs have a distinct appearance, so that people in need can easily identify them and reach out to them for help. Which makes a lot of sense to me. Every time I look around in a grocery store, I've got a pretty good idea who the devout Sikhs are, because they've got a turban on, and you know that they're willing to help. And we hear stories about Sikh individuals helping other people, even if it means removing their turban. If you recall, there was a story a while ago in Canada where some Sikh gentleman, he actually had to take off his turban and he threw it out to save some, I believe it was some children that were drowning.
Yeah.
So that they have a servant's heart. So basically he's saying, hey, why don't you fight me one-on-one?
And not go through with this entire war or something?
So that's what I'm getting to. What's this here? So
Well, one who says the following. So Nihal shall be happy and satisfied.
Okay.
Sad, eternal truth. 3 great. Hell, timeless being. They say that all at once?
वार कर गोविंद
गुरु साहब ने कहा खालसा कदी पहले वार नहीं करता ललकारिया तू है पेंडे खान वार मैं किवें कर सकदा
नहीं पहला वार तू कर गोविंद
गुरु साहब ने कहा सोच ले पेंडे खान जे वार करन दी तमन्ना दिल च रह गई ते फिर की करेगा
ते फिर बचा अपने आप नू
ਲੋ ਦੀਨਾ ਬੇਗ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਪੈਂਡੇ ਖਾਨ ਦਾ ਤੀਰ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਪੰਥ ਦੀ ਕਮਰ ਤੋੜਨ ਲਈ
Oh,
ਤਿਆਰ
let's
ਹੈ
see here. Okay.
Oh.
Now what?
गुरु जी ने फिर निशाना लगाउण तो पहले वाहिगुरु जी ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਨਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਰ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਹਰ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੂੰ ਆਪ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਇਸ ਵਕਤ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੀਰ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਹੈ
To fully draw Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji's bow is equivalent to lifting 225 kilograms, 496 pounds.
Wow. Weighed 11 pounds.
In one hand. His bow alone weighed 11 pounds. How?
Wow. So
Currently on the market. Wait, how is it
why
to draw?
Why
to
don't I read
fully
this out
draw
while you're
it?
thinking about it? So,
But how would it be equivalent to 496
well, because
pounds?
it's got the pressure, it's got the resistance, right?
It's quite a lot of
Yeah.
resistance.
So it says currently on the market, the best bows have a peak draw strength of only 31 kilograms, 70 pounds in comparison.
Oh.
Even custom made bows don't come close to 496 pounds of peak draw strength based on the historical evidence. Guru Ji's arrows could travel at least 10 kilometers or 100 US football fields.
Oh. Are they meaning draw like this before like this? Sorry, initially I thought you literally meant just like taking it out of the some case
to
thing,
pull
like
it
draw
back.
the
That's
boat. Right, okay.
Wow, it could
I'm a
travel
dummy.
6.21 miles, whereas the
Jesus.
world recovery for the distance an arrow has been flown is about 0.5 kilometers. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji himself wrote in a letter attached to his arrow that his ability to shoot arrows so far and away with such high accuracy is because of training and skill and not the use of magical powers. When Guruji released an arrow, the amount of vibration the bow released could have easily injured an ordinary person's back. Yeah, no kidding. The peak
Whoa.
draw strength was so great that only Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji could draw his own bow. Not even modern archers could fully draw his bow.
Whoa. That's insane.
ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਰੱਬ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰ ਲੈ ਪੈਂਡੇ ਖਾਨ
ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੋਂ ਪੈਰਾਂ ਤਾਈਂ ਲੋਹੇ 'ਚ ਹੀ ਮੜਿਆ ਹਾਂ
Oh,
ਤੇਰੇ ਤੀਰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਮਾਰੇਗਾ
God.
Side of the head. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, he's got the falcon.
Wow, and his men are running.
Away.
Wow.
That's it?
ਪੈਂਡੇ ਖਾਨ ਦੀ ਖਬਰ ਸੁਣ ਵਜ਼ੀਰ ਖਾਨ ਤਿਲ ਮਿਲਾ ਉੱਠਿਆ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਫਿਰ ਪਹਾੜੀ ਰਾਜਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਪਈ
I think we should probably leave things here
Why?
because we only have 3 minutes left on the
Well,
camera.
No.
Oh, okay. Do you want to keep going?
Well, we technically have like 4 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But I guess, okay, we'll
I
stop
thought
it.
it seemed
We're
like a
taking
good,
forever.
a good point to sort of
stop.
shift gears here.
Okay.
So the guru has defeated his enemy. He did it in a way that didn't require any of his men to have to fight. He was able. He took the battle on himself. There was also a acknowledgement there that the guru did not use any special powers. He was just a capable individual with that bow. So I'm definitely keen to see what happens next. Clearly, these the Mughals aren't going to just run away forever, and we're going to have to see another battle coming
What are
up
they
here.
fighting about again? It's like the Mughals are just trying to take over.
Well, they
right?
took over India. They took over their country.
They're just taking
and
over.
and now they're forcing
right?
people
That's
to convert.
the main thing. They're forcing. That's it. It's just crazy how simple the reasons are sometimes. Like how just like they just want people to convert to their religion and they want this. So they're going to like just kill
So they've
all
entered.
these
Yeah, they've
people
entered the
entirely.
country, murdering, raping, pillaging.
Yeah, I just can't understand that. It's like just
and
mind your own business and just let people be what
and
they
thank
want.
God for
Like,
the
I
guru
can't-
and his Sikh warriors, because who else
Yeah.
was going to come up against this force? I don't know, but I'm keen to see what happens next.
Yeah.
And if you guys are keen on joining us, well,
Then you're going to want to click the subscribe button, click the bell, choose the all from drop down so you get updated every time we upload. If you enjoyed this, please let us know by clicking the like and leave a comment.
that's right. We love you guys a whole lot.
Love you
We'll
guys.
see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.